What's up, everybody? It's Byron over at Hub City Billiards, and today we are going to do a kind of an around-the-clock drill, I guess. Well, as far as the cue ball is concerned, we had somebody asking if we could do a video showing what each kind of English does on a shot. When you're basically shooting the same shot and you put different stuff on the cue ball, what happens? So what we're going to do is we're going to try and give him an answer for that. So if you want to come down here, again, this will most likely be not so much concern with making the ball, but just seeing what the cue ball does if you put certain stuff on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just center ball. And we're not gonna do anything to the cue ball other than center ball hit and see what happens with it. And we're just gonna get it basically lined straight in. So starting with center and center only, cue ball pretty much stops dead right there where I was at. So now take that shot back. And this time, we'll use straight top. And with straight top, the cue ball does exactly what you'd expect it to do, rolls forward. This time, since we're doing kind of around the world with the cue ball, last time was top, this will be top right. So top right gives you something similar to straight top, but from my angle down here, as I hit the ball, I could actually see it jump out to the left a little bit first from the spin before it took off with the top toward the rail. So now we're gonna go with just straight right after I put chalk on it. And like I say, I'm not worried about the make, but you see where the cue ball landed. So that's straight right. And all of these, once you move away from center ball, what you also have to keep in mind is based on what type of equipment you're playing with, you are going to have to adjust your aim slightly, maybe a little bit to the left, to the right, whatever. Carbon fiber kind of gives you the lowest deflection, so you don't have to move and adjust your aim as much, but there's even still a little bit with the carbon fiber shaft. So this will be bottom right. And if you see, you put bottom right on I put bottom right on the cue ball, but when it hit the rail, it went left because it was still spinning that direction. The bottom brought it back, but it was still spinning to the right. So when it hit the rail, it bit off to the left, which is what you expect it to do, but just wanted everybody to kind of have the visual on that. So this will be just straight bottom. And that one, when it hit the rail, bit straight back out instead of to the left. You'll probably get something somewhat similar to that with bottom right, excuse me, bottom left, but we're going to find out here in just a second. Now see, the bottom left brings the cue ball to the left before it gets to the rail. But were it to hit the rail still spinning this way, it's just going to die and come back out. So now we'll do straight left with no bottom and no top. Center left, I guess, is what you would call it. Let's see. Cue ball. a little bit forward and to the left. I may have had a little bit, just a hair of top on it, but we'll see here in a second when I do this top left shot. I may not have been dead center on that one. So this will be top left. This is the one that worries me the most. Still didn't make it, but nonetheless, the reason I say that one worries me the most is because on occasion for me, when I shoot that shot, if I put top left on it, I tend to somehow manage to follow the ball into the corner pocket. But that gives you a little bit of a visual of what the cue ball will do with different types of English. Now, some of that stuff is going to change based on what pocket you're shooting into, your actual position on the table. I was kind of going into a corner pocket on a straight in angle, but if you have to make that shot as a cut shot, that left or right that you put on it may not bite as much or may bite a lot more depending on what direction you go. So my suggestion is just play around with it. Take a ball, set it down, hit it how you want to hit it and see what the cue ball does. And then over time, as you dial in your own shot, everything should start falling into place.
Okay, so we figured, I'm just learning English myself, so I figured I would ask him some questions and hopefully this helps you guys, because there was a couple shots that he did I didn't understand. So the question I just asked him was, when he hit top left and top right, the cue ball came back to the same spot. So he's showing me at a different angle what it's going to do.
So obviously this is you're risking a scratch if you're straight in doing top, but you'll see what I mean when I hit it. So top right here, see how it kind of goes to that?
Yeah.
To that.
It came to the left.
Mm-hmm. So top right, well, it's actually the right from where you shot the shot. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of caught the right side of the pocket opening, right? So in theory, in a dead center scenario, right, which is what we're at here, we're just straight into the pocket. If you put top left on it, it's going to go to the left after you hit it. Now, I obviously hit the left better than I hit the right, but the point is, after you hit the ball, the spin makes the ball move.
And it makes the ball move in the direction that you hit it. So if you hit it with top right, it goes to the right. If you hit it with left, it goes to the left.
Right, but if you have a situation like this, where you hit it with top right, it's really going to go more forward than right.
Because it's at an angle.
Right, because I'm coming at this shot, basically the cue ball has to go left. So the top and the right actually just shorten the angle and get it to the rail faster. Where if you hit it with top right here, I get to the rail here. Now if I just hit it with straight top on that same cut angle, straight top,
It goes further.
goes further. And
Okay.
top left would risk a scratch.
Okay.
So,
We thought that may help a little bit. Like I said, I'm still learning this too, so if I'm learning it, y'all can learn it with me and he can teach you.
practicing English is really more about seeing what the cue ball does. That's the goal, right? Put a little left on it, put a little right on it, see if it actually goes left or actually goes right, because depending on your angle, it may do something a little bit different than you expected, which is why you want to get control of the cue ball first and get control of your ability to use English first. Then you start changing all those angles around and seeing, okay, well, does this really need top left or does it need bottom right? I mean, you know, it's just a system you have to play around with, because there's a lot of nuances on a pool table that, you know, maybe it comes up once in a match, maybe it comes up 10 times, but you may not see it again for 6 months after that 10 times in one night scenario. So every game is different. Every rack comes apart different. So practice is the key here. So you have any questions or any comments, below the video. And if you have any suggestions for what you would like to see next, we'll take those in the comment section as well. You guys have a great day. See y'all down the road.